There it is. Okay, so let's start. I've muted you all. I've put the camera this way because I think it's slightly better because of the sunshine. And I must say it's quite nice to have a bit of sun on the skin through the window. So settle down. Press your fingertips to the floor. Lift the side body. Let the abdomen be really broad and soft. Let the chest be really broad too. Then draw your shoulder muscles down. Bring your face slightly back and close your eyes. Then with your exhalation, release any tension, pressure in the front brain. So the front brain was sort of thinking, solving. So exhale to release the pressure that might be here. So these thoughts have a valuable place, but we're going to spend the next hour being with other aspects of ourselves, so not letting that part be the boss. So we're bringing our attention down into the body as a whole. Fold your palms at your heart. Let's chant together, acknowledging this deeper part of ourself that radiates through all the layers out into the external world. So exhale, inhale. Can you feel your abdomen doing the exhalation? Down, rest your hands down, and opening your eyes, raise your head up. So we're going to start with Supta Tadasana, number 1 and number 2. Isabel, you'll just be doing number 1, which is with the legs stretching straight up to the ceiling. The rest of us will be doing number 1, where the leg stretches to the ceiling, and number 2, when the leg stretches out to the side. So grab your belts and make a loop. Make a loop. So we're just carrying on from where we were last week. So we did the leg extensions, and we're just sort of refreshing that now. And the thing that I'd like to remind you of is that when you take the leg out to the side, the outer hip must grip in. So this outer hip must be firm, because we're going to be using that for the standing poses to come. So belt and lie down. Supta Tadasana. I'm not going to demonstrate because I think most of you were there at the class last week, or you attended the recording. So lie down with the legs straight, then place the belt around the right foot, the loop around the right foot, and then feed the tail underneath the neck and out towards the right hand, the left hand. And then reach up and catch hold of the strap with the right hand. So Isabel, you can do this with just the strap round the right foot. You don't need to have the belt behind you because you're just going to keep the leg straight up. Can you stretch the left leg along the mat? So both legs are completely straight. Press especially this right thigh away from you and stretch the calf muscle up to the foot. feel your lower back filling out the floor. Feel really steady and rested here, letting the leg bone rest down into the hip socket. Keep pressing the right thigh away from you so you're straightening that leg. Inhale. And as you exhale, take the right leg out to the right and keep that right outer hip gripping in so you're not letting the leg drop to the floor. Keep the arms straight, the legs straight, and press the left thigh down and feel that breadth across your abdomen. Spread the sole of your foot. Lengthen the inner heel away from you and contract the outer leg into your hip. Exhale. Raise the leg up. And again. Exhale, leg out to the side. Feel that outer hip is gripping in and you're lengthening the inner thigh all the way to the inner heel. And you're using that left hand holding that tail to manage the weight of the right leg. So you don't actually necessarily need to hold it with the hand because the left hand's holding the foot. Spread your abdomen. Take the left waist to the left. Keep the left chest down on the floor, the left shoulder down on the floor. Exhale, raise the leg up. And then release the tail of the belt, straighten the leg, and then bend the knee, take the loop off, and swap the loop over now to your left foot, and extend the leg up. Then take the tail of the belt and place it underneath your neck and out into your right hand. And straighten that left leg. Relax your abdomen. See that there's no unnecessary tension there. And slide your right leg along the mat. Press the leg down. So what are we doing in this position? We're working to straighten the legs because can you see how the knees can be soft, the thighs end up soft and the leg sort of just floats. So we don't really want that. We want to press the left thigh away and stretch the calf muscle up to the foot and then pulling the strap with the left hand, anchor the leg back down into the hip socket. So just, Anthony, just lower the leg a little bit towards the floor so you can straighten out that leg. See how the thigh is coming forward. That's it. So we're opening up the backs of the legs. Feel long from the left sitting bone all the way up to the heel. Now holding the belt with both hands, left hand's holding the tail up by the foot, right hand's holding the tail on the floor outstretched to the side, and then reach that left leg out to the left. Keep the right thigh pressing down and take care that you don't drop the leg. Keep the left leg in line with the pelvis. Keep the legs straight. Then with your exhalation, bring the leg back up. And again, inhale, exhale, reach the leg out to the side, lengthen the inner thigh to the foot, but contract the outer leg back into the hip. Feel broad across your belly. Let your body breathe into the extremities. Breathe all the way down to the feet and out to the hands. Let the abdomen be open and free. Exhale and raise the leg back up and lower the leg down. Then Supta Tadasana with your feet together. Spread the soles of the feet along the mat. Squeeze the legs together, arms down by your side. Then inhale, Veerabhadrasana. Extend the arms up to the ceiling, palms face each other. And keeping the arms straight, the elbows firm, reach the arms back. At the same time, lengthen your feet, especially the heels, in the opposite direction. Be long in your body and breathe into those spaces. Feel the stability in the hips. And then exhale, bring your arms down and then roll over to your side. And we're going to come up into a standing forward bend. First forward bend is a Ardha Chandrasana, half forward bend. So take your hands to a wall or to a tabletop, have your feet hip width apart and stretch back. Can you engage your thigh muscles in the same way that you did when you were lying down? Ardha Chandrasana. This is half foot standing forward bend. Feet hip width apart, hands shoulder width apart and stretch back. Have your feet underneath your hips and lengthen your hips back. Inhale and come up. Then Uttanasana, full standing forward bend. So you're going to take your feet to the edge of the mat. See how I've cut the outer edge of my foot down to the edge of the mat. Do that on both sides. And then extend forwards to halfway as if you had your hands at the wall. And then all the way down and then stretch your hands to the floor beside your feet. So go down and keep the leg muscles lifting up. So keep the thigh muscles lifting and extend forwards and stretch your hands to the floor beside the outsides of your feet and head down. So engage your thigh muscles, lift up the fronts of the legs and spread the backs of the legs and release your trunk down. Then bring your hands to your hips, make your thighs firm, and with an inhalation, lift your face, your chest, and come up, all the way to standing. Now, the same thing again, but with the arms extended above the head. I come up. Hello, we've come up now. So nice, was it? So we're going to go down again. This time we're going to go from Urdhva Hastasana. We're going to extend forwards to go down. But if you've got back issues, then you can do it without the hands up. But if you're strong and practice, you'll be fine. So inhale, stretch your arms to the ceiling. Exhale, reach forwards and down. All the way down. Don't stop. Go all the way down. Keep the leg muscles lifting. Head down. And can you engage the thigh muscles? So really try to work those legs to release your trunk down. Head down, trunk down. Keep engaging the thigh muscles so that you can open up the backs of the knees. And then with an inhalation, swing your arms forwards to come up. Exhale, bring your hands back down by your side, Tadasana. So now grab a chair and place it on the back right hand side of your mat. With the chair back facing forward. Can you see how I've got the chair back is facing you and the seat is facing me. So have the chair back facing the screen. Have the chair back facing the screen. So swing your chair around there, Anthony. It's hard to tell. Okay, great. So let me just show you how we're going to do this. Switch your chair around there, Alison. Have the chair back facing the screen. Same for you, Isabel. Now, what's so nice about the chair, in fact, I'm going to position it right in front of you guys so you can see. So I'm going to come into Ardha Chandrasana, placing my forearm on the chair, my hand onto here, and then I'm going to straighten the standing leg and lift the other leg. And what's so nice about this holding of the chair is it helps me to take this shoulder back, because I'm pushing the chair to take this shoulder back and get this openness across the chest and openness across the pelvis. So it's like that, okay? So instead of being like this, we move this buttock in and we take the shoulder back, okay? So this is Ardha Chandrasana, and Isabel, you're going to be doing Veerabhadrasana 3. So you're going to be placing your hands on the seat of the chair and stretching the right leg back. You can have the elbows slightly bent, but you're working to just raise the leg, but you're not turning the hip out, okay? So you're trying, the ideal thing is that you're going to be having the body parallel to the floor. And if you can do it like this, you can, but I'm a little bit concerned that you'll hyperextend the knees. So with this way, with the arms slightly bent, you can make sure you don't hyperextend the standing leg knee, okay? So that will be for you, okay? So everyone stand more to the left-hand side so you've got loads of space to get to your chair. Then look straight ahead and be in Tadasana. Eyes steady. Outer ankles in, thighs firm, chest lifted, eyes open. And then exhaling, bring your hands to your chest, bend your knees and hop your feet apart and stretch your arms wide. So you want to have a fair distance between you and the chair. Turn the left foot in, take the right heel in and the toes out. Then we're not going to go through Trikonasana, we're going to just go straight to the chair. So bend your standing leg and take your forearm. So your forearm needs to be in line with your foot. Don't bring the hand in front. And raise the leg and hold the top chair. So your foot and your hand are in line. Raise the leg. Use the hand on the chair to take the top shoulder back. That's it. And try to straighten up the standing leg. Good. Exhale, bend the standing leg, take the foot down. Inhale, come up, turn your toes forward and jump or step your legs together. The other side. So the chair, so if my chair is there, can you see I'm lining up myself so that when I come to the chair, my knee is in line with the middle of the chair and my arm can be even to the back. So you either want the arm to be to the back or in line, but you don't want the arm in front. Okay, so have the arm in line with your leg. So don't have that, because if you're like this, then that's going to be funny. Do you see what I mean? Okay, so place your chair. So you need to be quite far to the left-hand side, the right-hand side of your mat, and stretch your arms. Spread your palms. Have a bit more space. Some of you maybe have your right foot off the mat, so you've got more space, or have the chair off the mat. You're a bit close there, I think, Ike. And Alison, move across a little, that's it. Now turn your right foot in, turn the left leg out. Inhale, exhale, extend to the side. Take the forearm onto the seat of the chair. Raise the leg, place your Move the chair. Move the chair if it's too far. And adjust where your body is. Go into it again. That's it. Make your standing leg straight there, Anthony. So you're leaning towards the chair. Bring your weight back onto the foot. That's it, Hilary. Raise the leg up. Good, everyone. Now, can you use your hand to take the top shoulder back? Can you, as you take your top shoulder back, can you spread your chest? And can you lift that right hip up and spread the sole of the foot? Be broad across the whole of the abdomen. And then exhale and bend the standing leg. Take the foot gracefully down. Inhale, come up. Turn your toes forward and step or jump your legs together. So we're going to come to a wide leg forward bend. So some of you will need to use the chair for this so you can rest your forehead. Others of you will be able to rest your forehead on the floor or on a bolster. So we're doing Prasarita Tanasana with the forehead supported. So the legs are wide and then we come forwards and down. Now the bolster's too high for me, so I'm going to move it. And you press the hands and stretch the crown of the head down.
Sarah, how wide do your legs go? Because you can either go really wide or, how wide?
Yeah, so the width that depends on, basically it's about Trikonasana distance or Veerabhadrasana 2 distance, where my feet are in line with my hands. But for some people, when they take their legs, they can't. As soon as they take the legs wider, the knees start to buckle inwards. So you've got to make sure that the legs stay straight. And also, some people, if the legs are wide, they've not got the strength. And so then the legs start to collapse and then the spine collapses. So it will depend on person to person, but basically do like a triangle pose distance. So jump into it is a really good way of doing it because you're used to that distance. So have your bolster in front and stand just behind your bolster. Bring your hands into your chest, bend your knees, jump your legs wide. And then bring your hands to your hips. Now as we lift the chest, I want you to move your middle buttocks forward and move the tailbone into the body so you get this lovely lift of the front chest, front abdomen, front chest, front armpit. So arch up. So lengthen the sides of the body. Arch up. Lengthen and open up the abdomen. Lift your chest. Exhale in one movement, go all the way down, head down. Hands down. Hands down. Hands shoulder width apart. Have the bolster between your arms and legs rather than horizontal. Then firm your legs. Inhale, come up. Same pose again. So adjust your supports so that the bolster is sausage this way. If you're using a bolster, that is. And then one more time. So press your thumbs. Can you see where my thumbs are? They're right here. And I'm using the hands to bring the top buttock flesh down so that I can stretch up and move the shoulder blades in, like this kind of action. So from here, standing, tailbone in and lift the side chest, move the shoulder blades in and lift up. Then with your exhalation, take the hands down and extend forwards and down. So the hands come down a lot sooner. I'm not sure why you're doing them this way. That's it. Hands shoulder width apart, elbows in, head down. Elbows in line with the hands. So the hands are shoulder width apart and the elbows are stretching straight back between the legs. So just check for yourself, are your hands shoulder width apart? And then look at the elbows and see whether the elbows are going out. Squeeze them in. And then lift your shoulder muscles up and lengthen your neck down. Exhale. Then firm your legs. Bring your hands, straighten up your arms, and then inhale and come up. And then bring your feet in and hop your legs together. So we're going to do downward facing dog pose, and we're going to use support for the forehead. So if you've got a bolster, place your bolster on your mat lengthways like this. If you don't have a bolster, then you can use a brick or a couple of foam pads. So when we work with the bolster, we've got to give space for our face. So if we end up with our face here, we can't breathe. So we need to make sure that we end up with our face here on this end. So it might take a couple of goes for you to notice, see, I've gone too far, so I need to walk my hands further forward. And then after you've done it a few times or a few hundred times, you'll know exactly how to place yourself with the bolster. But remember, we don't let the elbows bend. So place your hands. So for me, it all depends on your openness in your chest. It's not just about where you place it. So there's no point me saying exactly, but my hands are sort of 3/4 the way up. Spread your palms, everyone. And tuck your toes under. Lift your hips up, stretch up. And move your chest, your armpits towards your legs. And in so doing, rest your forehead on the front of the bolster. But don't bend the elbows to do it. If you need to bend the elbows to do it, come down and place extra support underneath the bolster to raise the height. Then enjoy being in the posture, rotating the upper arms outwards, feeling the dorsal spine moving in. Abdomen long. Press those thighs back, Alison. Exhale to come down. And then move the bolster away, unless you need it for Baddha Konasana. Isabel, you can sit in Veerabhadrasana. So sit in Dandasana, and then bring the soles of your feet together and the knees wide for Baddha Konasana. So that's for everyone, except Isabel, you'll be sitting in Veerabhadrasana, where you're folding the legs back either side like this. So to go into Baddha Konasana, stretch your legs forward, press your hands down by your hips, open and spread the soles of the feet, open and spread the backs of the legs. And then bring your hand behind the knee and take the knee out to the side, so the thigh is stretching out to the knee. And then do the same with the other leg, thigh stretches out to the knee. Try not to pull the shins towards you. Instead, press your hands down and lift your trunk up. And then stretch from the inner thigh out to the inner knee. And then from the inner knee, it goes towards the outer knee. So there's this, for me, it's like a smile. It's not just a smile where the crease of your thighs are, but the smile goes all the way into the cheeks, like the knees. All the way, like as if to the ears. Smile, that your legs are smiling all the way to the ears, all the way to the knees, and then from the inner knee going out to the outer knee, so the knees move down. And then feel that your lower back, sacrum area, this area is moving forward. So it's not dropping back, it's moving in. Let your abdomen be completely soft. Let your jaw be relaxed. And then straighten out your legs. So we're going to do this posture lying down. Supta Tadasana. Supta, like supine, is lying down on your back. So take your bolster and have a blanket for your head. And then grab a strap. And I'll show you how to use the strap. If you know already how to set yourself up with a strap, then you can continue into the posture. Otherwise, have a look here. You're going to open out this big loop into a big loop. And then sit down on the floor in front of your bolster. And then once you've made your loop, the good thing is you want to try and do is to have the tail towards the right hand. So you sling it over your hips and have the tail pointing to the right. Okay, so you've got that. Place it round your hips and the tail is pointing to the right. It's just a useful thing if you're right-handed. Then place the belt under the toes and tighten it a little bit towards you. Isabel, you'll be doing Veerabhadrasana with your back to the wall. You won't be doing the Ardha Chandrasana. So ideally you'd be doing Supta Tadasana, but I'm not sure how much you can recline. But if you can recline, then do Supta Tadasana. So the others, tighten up the belt, medium-ish, and have it so that it supports the hips and the sacrum. And make sure it's not twisted. And then when you lie down, we're not arching the back, we're actually lengthening the buttock flesh to the backs of the knees and drawing the front of the pelvis to the chest. And then, because you've taken time to place your buckle in the right place, you can grab hold of it with your right hand and pull it towards you to tighten your belt. And then you just bring the thumbs to the belt around your sacrum and make sure that the lower back is long. And then from here, stretch your arms up, catch the left elbow, then catch the right elbow, and stretch the arms around your face. So you're framing your face with your arms. That's it, Isabel, great. So if you're comfortable staying with that, I can't see how your neck is placed, but that you're sitting in Veerabhadrasana and you're reclining onto a support, and that support can be as high as it needs to be. So make sure you've caught hold of the elbows so that there is a stability in the positioning of the arms. Then draw the backs of the arms down towards the shoulder socket. Open the armpit towards the elbows. So catch the left arm first, and then the right arm. And then everyone feel how long your abdomen is. After we've done those leg stretches and softened it in our standing forward bend. And then we opened it even more again in our half moon pose. And now once again softening and spreading the abdomen. And just see whether when you breathe out, whether there's any effect in the abdomen. What can you feel? Keep the jaw relaxed, tongue relaxed. So you're lying here, making sure that you're maintaining the posture, which means not letting the elbows slip out, not letting the waist kick up away from the bolster. And then we're noticing our body breathing in this position. And now changing the arms, so extend the arms and catch hold of the right elbow. So the thumb is on the inside and the fingers around the outside of the elbow. And then put the right thumb in the crease of the left elbow and catch the elbow. The thumb goes inside and the fingers come on the outside. It can feel a little bit awkward at first if you're used to just doing it in a much looser way, but it brings a real stability to the shoulders. Make sure your head is in the center. And again, notice your out-breath in your tummy. And this time, see if you can slightly lengthen your exhalation and see what effect that has on your abdomen. Okay, and then bring your arms down by your side. So we're going to sit up. So from here, open your eyes if they were closed, and then exhale and press your hands down into the floor and sit up. Then take your belt out over your head and stretch your legs along the mat. Once again, sit in Dandasana. Legs straight, hands by your side. Spread and open the backs of the knees. Now, Adho Mukha Veerasana, so turn around. Sit on your feet, have your knees apart, and then turn the bolster and stretch forwards, having your elbows on the bolster and your forehead. So sit on your feet, knees apart, and then extend forward. Keep the buttocks down on the heels or the blanket or the blocks. And then stretch forward. And if the bolster's too low, then just put a bit of extra support underneath it. Lengthen your body forwards. Can you feel how your groins are deepening, that groove between the legs and the pelvis? Can you move that deep in? So as you deepen the groins, lengthen forwards with the front of the body, the sides of your body, and the back of the body follows. Relax the hands. So deepening the groins and lengthening the front and the sides of the body forwards. And notice how the arms are elevated, aren't they? The arms are up by the ears. Look how that helps you to have an openness in your armpits. And breathe into this space. So you're breathing into the armpits, the front and the back. Rest the head, let the thinking brain, the problem-solving brain, let it have a rest. and awaken your intelligence that is in your embodiment, the intelligence of each cell. So feel your back breathing, Pashima, the back of your body, the west side. Inhale to come up. And then we continue with Pashimothanasana. Pashima being west. Uttanasana is like Uttanasana, standing forward bend. So Pashima, Uttanasana, Pashimothanasana, they join it in Sanskrit. So this is straight leg forward bend. So the legs are straight, and then you can place the bolster on your legs, or you put the chair on top of your legs. And then you either hold the chair and stretch up, or you take a belt around your feet, or hold your feet and stretch up. So place a chair over your legs if you need to, and then hold. If you're using the chair, you don't really need to use the belt because you can use the chair. So with the first stage is the concave back, where we push down on the chair or pull on the belt to lengthen up the front and the sides of the body, because this is what's going to help our forward bend. Press your legs down and spread the soles of your feet. And then remember, it's this place, this groin area, which needs to soften for us to go forward. So imagine that you're sucking your legs back into the hips. You're bringing them home like we would lying down and we had the legs stretched up above us. Bring the legs back into the hip socket. And as you bring them back into the hip socket, exhale and stretch your arms forwards, but keep your elbows in line with your ears like we did in the kneeling forward bend. And rest your forehead on the bolster or the seat of the chair. Deepen your groins and lengthen the sides of your body forward. Lengthen your armpits forward and rest your forehead on the support. And if you can hold your feet, hold your feet. Check that there's not unnecessary tension in the shoulders. Find a spreading there. Exhale. And inhale to come up. And then press your hands down by your side and stretch your legs out in front of you. Dandasana. And now we'll come to Setu Bandha Sarvangasana, supported bridge posture. So for this, you'll need your bolster and a wall. So we normally do bridge pose with the 4 blocks, but today we'll do it with the bolster. So I'm going to show you with this as my wall. It's a little bit to the right of me, but this is for demonstration purpose. So you sit on it. Your bum slides down the front of it, and then when you go over, you lie down, and then you bring your pelvis up onto the height of it. And then you tuck your shoulders under, and then straighten your legs to the wall. Now, because I've got such a flat posture and I'm quite practiced at this, I can do it with the feet on the floor. But you can have your feet up on a little bit of height if you need, up to you. But press the legs down and open the arms, lift the chest, and then spread the arms. Then to come out, you slide backwards and then rest like this. Okay? If you want to have more height than a bolster, put some foam pads underneath the bolster and even support so that it raises the height of the bolster, but you have that lovely broad soft support rather than the blocks or bricks. So go into it when you're ready and extend the legs. So remember where the pelvis goes. Pelvis is on the highest point of the bolster. So you go into it with your knees bent and then you slide your buttocks onto the highest point of the bolster. It's just like as if you were putting the blocks there, and then straighten the legs and press the thighs down and stretch your heels into the wall, whether your feet are at the floor or up. Depends on your body. And then tuck the shoulders under, lift the side chest. Relax the throat. So this posture relaxes and rests the heart and increases the blood circulation throughout the body. Allow your front brain to become quiet and soothed, and let your awareness rest in towards the chest. And then feel how your chest is expanding and there's space here in the center of the chest. Bridge posture. With your exhalations, bend your knees and rest your feet flat on the floor. Then slide backwards till your buttocks land on the ground. Cross your legs and rest them on the bolster, or Isabel, just rest the legs over the bolster, don't cross the legs. Rest the arms by your side, allow your back to spread, your abdomen to soften. Change the cross of your legs. then release your legs, roll to your side to sit up. And then we're going to lie down in Shavasana number 2. And we're just going to do this with a folded blanket. So if you've got a yoga blanket, it'll be like this, this sort of size. So if you're kneeling, it's about that sort of size. And what you do is you fold it 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. This is a 3-fold blanket. So just place, and it doesn't matter whatever blanket you've got, but try and make it so that it's a 3-fold, so that it's slightly narrower than your body, but is still the length of your trunk. Then place it on your mat. And you may want to put an extra blanket on the other end for your head, if your head tends to tip back. Then you're going to lie down, and what's nice is you have that edge of that blanket nestled into your lower back, and then you lie down, and then you tuck the shoulders under and they roll either side of the blanket just like they would a bolster, and then straighten out the legs. So the buttocks are on the ground, but that blanket really nestles in to that part of the lower back so it can relax. You may need to have a little bit of extra height under the head, and so you can, if you don't have an extra blanket, put a block underneath the blanket. So settle down, make the adjustments, and then just be with your body in this position. And notice your body breathing. So if you're comfortable to have the legs straight in Shavasana, then just let the legs be straight. But if you're chilly or need to have them crossed, then you can have them crossed. Feeling your physical body in this position, in this moment. Making any little adjustments so the shoulders release either side of that blanket. The forehead skin relaxes. Your eyes rest back in their sockets. And then begin to feel your breathing, your body breathing. Can you feel your exhalation in your abdomen? And can you feel your inhalations in your chest? So we're going to do some slightly longer exhalations. So these release tension, the long exhalations. So exhale to the lower abdomen to prepare, then breathe into the breadth of the chest, and then begin a long, slow, smooth exhalation, breathing out, 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 feeling the abdomen moving in. Breathe all the way out and empty the lungs of air, and then breathe normally again. So we need to do a big enough inhalation so we've got some air to breathe out. So we do what's called a preparatory inhalation. So we've got some inhalation to breathe out. So exhale and do your preparatory inhalation into the breadth of the chest to begin your long, slow, smooth out breath. And do this a couple more times on your own. Keeping the throat relaxed, coming to normal breathing at any time. And then come to normal breathing. Just watching it, feeling it. So we're remembering what it is to be a witness to what's going on. Watching, feeling. So now we're just being in normal Shavasana, so you can stay on the blanket. If you'd like to come off the blanket, you're welcome to, but otherwise you can stay as you are. And we'll just be here for another couple of minutes. So let go of any attempt to control your breathing now, and just be here with what is. Remembering that asana, yoga asanas are states of being. So when we're doing our postures in the class, we're moving from one state of being to another state of being, which has an effect that we experience in Shavasana. So just be here with this effect. Just feel what's present. Nothing to do. And bring your awareness to the physical body once again, feeling the contact with the floor. And as you breathe in, feel as if your in-breath is touching the skin throughout the whole body. You know, like when you blow up a balloon and it just presses out to the skin. Feel the warmth, the energy of your in-breath filling you up in each and every part. Gently bringing your awareness out into the room that you're in. And then rest your hands on your abdomen and just checking in here. What's present, body, breathing, and thoughts, emotions. Then roll over to your right side. Roll off the blanket and then come up to sitting, and you can probably just sit on the blanket in Sukhasana with the backs of the hands resting on your legs, the palms facing the ceiling in pranayama position. Ascend the spine so we're sitting mountain-like, acknowledging the greatness of this life we have right here inside us. Allow your spine to ascend up, connecting the earth to the sky. And feel your heart right in the middle. And breathe here, being present with yourself and with what's here, what else is here. and fold your palms together, bowing the head to the heart. Rest your hands down and opening your eyes, raise your head up. Namaste, thanks everyone. Wish you a glorious evening. I think we've got a beautiful super moon eclipse this evening, so hope you can get a look outside and see it. I'm not sure what time the moon is actually rising, whether we'll see it or not. Otherwise, next week we've got a week off, so see you in June, hopefully in person, or on a Tuesday morning 10:30, or Thursday evening at 6, or Wednesday mornings at 7. So those are the online classes. Otherwise, see you in person, which will be Wednesdays at 12:30 or Wednesdays at 6. If you have any questions, do feel free to get in touch, and have a wonderful long weekend when it comes.
Thank you. Really needed tonight's yoga. Thank you very much for that.
Good.
So no yoga next week, it's the week after.
Thanks, everyone.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you. Have a lovely